start streaming.
It's 7 p.m.
Okie dokie. Hello, welcome. It is Sunday night, and we're back. Our quest through the Monkey Island series continues, and we have now reached the 5th game in the series, Tales of Monkey Island, from Telltale Games. So this is an episodic series. So yeah, we've got 5 chapters to complete. We are ready to get on with chapter 1. Joining me tonight, we have Ken.
Hello, and by the way, I have kept a little secret from you, Stuart. The entirety of Chapter 1 is an upgraded version of Monkey Combat.
I thought you were going to say it's in Spanish.
And exactly. Hell, Monkey Combat. No, but for anyone who actually does watch and wonder, Monkey Combat, that sounds like a joke I should be aware of. In short, what was Monkey Combat, and did you like it in the last game?
Kind of. There was something to it. There was a charm, but there was also a lot of learning. So, and
yeah, sort of a more elongated, complex version of sword insult fighting, having to do with monkey sounds, combination of monkey sounds, and some may have played through it for an hour. You did it in 2, and for video purposes, you chopped that down to something more condensed.
45 minutes.
Yeah, well, seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But no. So, welcome to Tales of Monkey Island. Close to my fave. I have a quite weak. I'm weak for this. I got a soft spot for it, and I've just finished my playthrough just to have it fresh in mind.
Cool. But actually, we should probably do the important thing first. It is the lager logs. So, I should have had like a lager screen that we could have transitioned to, but this is good enough for now. I'm opening a tin. Now, this is a very special tin. Fortunately, it's not a paper label. I can't peel this one off, but this is Slasher. Look at that can art.
A little bit of some Western slasher film art and figures as Michael Myers.
Have a look at that alcohol volume.
Oh yeah, it's the devil. It's the devil's brew. It's that amount of percentage. You remember in Secret of Monkey Island 2 when you had a little drinking competition? Guybrush took a swig of the drink.
Yeah.
And his eyes went all out of his body, and he passed out. That would be me drinking 6.66% alcoholic beverage. I'm not used to it. My system is not used to that stuff. So.
Yeah, so this is an IPA from Wylam Brewing in Newcastle.
Is it a new acquisition and therefore new a virgin tasting of it?
No, this is my second tin of it. I think it was it maybe like a Halloween gimmick last year?
Sure.
So I'd grabbed 2 tins, and yeah.
Like it says Slasher 1 on it, I assume it's part of a collection.
There's no 1 on it, just...
Didn't I read Slasher? Oh no, it was just a symbol in general, sorry. No.
Yeah.
No.
But it's almost one of these things that you could, when it comes to craft beer, you could almost sell it, and you pretty much can sell it to people based on can art alone.
Mm-hmm.
The same with like the John Carpenter series of beers that came out last Halloween, which was like The Fog, Escape from New York, Prince of Darkness, and They Live.
And Memoirs of an Invisible Man.
There was an empty tin. But it's very nice in the glass.
Hello. How lovely.
Mm-hmm. So, for anyone watching...
Children's cabinet.
That would be a smaller glass. Cheers.
Cheers to it. With my coffee and my glass of juice.
Okay. So this is all I've seen. I mean, I should have pulled Steam up because it definitely said something that I've played 45 minutes of Tales of Monkey Island, and I haven't. I've looked at the menu. Yeah.
That counts.
I've been...
You should get a trophy for that, like most amount of time spent in the menu.
Like,
Your trophy whoring ways, Stuart.
shit or get off the can.
Hey, double check something for me. The resolution setting, is it 1280 by 720? Just double check that, otherwise it will be window boxed. It is indeed, so it will appear full 69 now.
Okay.
On my last playthrough, it was set way, way lower in resolution, so okay, you're good to go. Hint system down to 0, but it's there if you want to test it out. And Guybrush will give you little nudges.
All
what
right.
to do.
Okay. Are we finally ready to...
Sure. And if you want to hear the audio from some other source, fine, but the subtitles are on anyway, so yeah.
Well, I have got it playing out of the monitor I have set up, so that's why I don't have headphones on, because you're also playing out of the same monitor. So,
Well, say hello to Tales of Monkey Island, the story starts, and the tutorial starts at the same time, so good luck, Stuart.
okay. Let's go.
No, I'm scared. I'm scared.
I'm going to look at the menu for another 10 minutes.
Nah, just go for it. Voodoo ambience. The LucasArts logo. Yes. In conjunction with Telltale.
At last, my victory is at hand. Har,
We're mid-adventure.
har. Behold, the legendary 13th monkey of Montevideo. Har, whose sacrifice will eternally bind the oceans themselves to my infernal will.
Lips on 'em.
Har, har.
We haven't missed a game, Stuart.
Best yet.
They've just had an adventure without
As much as
us.
I'll be when Guybrush guts your
By the way.
diseased carcass with his voodoo cutlass, you doddering sack of scum.
I wouldn't hold your breath waiting for any last-minute heroics, dear. The last I saw of your mighty pirate husband, he was being torn apart by a school of my ravenous piranha.
Yeah. The ravenous piranha poodles.
All right, LeChuck, put down the monkey and back away from
The
my
new
wife.
design of Guybrush.
Arr,
That's the new design of Elaine.
You've led me a merry chase.
Have a new
But
design of
soon
LeChuck.
the dread mysteries of these ancient simians will be mine. And the seas will run red with the blood of my enemy. Har, har, har.
Yeah, well, you fight like a...
No time to waste, Guybrush. Finish enchanting that sword before LeChuck
Finishing
completes his
chanting the
spell.
sword before
I'm on
LeChuck.
it. One LeChuck defeating Cursed Cutlass of Cthulhu coming up. Now, where did I leave those handy voodoo instructions?
They're pinned to your mast.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you're either going to use the arrow keys, or I don't know if you have a controller plugged in, but I prefer using the arrow key to move
Yeah.
Guybrush, and the mouse pointer to click on stuff.
Okay.
So just click. There's no user interface. There's no like pull up, use, look at,
Boots are
and so
starting
forth.
to chafe.
Click to pick it up.
Now, I'm going to adjust this sound because it's drowning you out. So, maybe.
Oh, it's long. Just let me know. I should be closer to the microphone or anything like that. You
Yeah.
can just press escape, by the way, to get back to the game, or
Cease your
click resume
infernal
game.
struggling, or I'll gut
Left
you.
click with the
Come
mouse.
to Guybrush,
the
you
tutorial
spooky
says.
voodoo recipe you. Well, I had to sail 6 of the 7 major seas to
read
find the
all his
ingredients,
stuff
but I
here.
finally finished the cutlass.
That you
Almost.
has,
All I
not,
need to do
has
is
been
find
done
some fizzy
between
root beer to spray on it,
Escape
and
from
LeChuck's
Monkey
as
Island
good as
and now.
toast. Icky disease toast.
well, Ultimate Insults is there. Yes, there's a few more things that you've done, but we're never gonna see. We're never gonna play.
Okay.
Like Steel 37 of something Bloodstained. We definitely did not do that. And I'm never going to go back and do it either. So that's a rather fun guide. That you've not missed anything. They've lived like people, like pirates.
Okay.
So all you gotta do is spray
Starting to
Cutlass
change.
with
Cease
enhanced
your infernal
enhanced something.
struggling, or I'll gut.
Still can't hear me clearly.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's just because there's a lot going on with the rainstorm and the thunder.
Yeah, we'll see when we get to the first island, indeed. But I'll make sure to be audible as much as I can. So move the cursor to the right, all the way to the right. The cursor. Do not do Guybrush. The cursor, all the way to the right.
Okay. All right.
There's your inventory. Now you can, for instance, click on that and click on the looking glass, and Guybrush will explain to you what it is. So click on any of the inventory
Fizzy
items.
fills breath
Boom.
mints. Give your mouth the gift of fizz.
Okay.
And the sword as well. He will make an
Believe
amusing
all the
comment about that.
incredible adventures I went through
Wouldn't
finding all the
believe the
parts for this
adventures
thing.
he has gone through to it,
Mm-hmm.
to even get that thing. And the voodoo list. But now you need to make something fuzzy. So let's explore your environment. There's not a whole lot of things to do here. They're keeping it simple.
Parrot, LeChuck?
But
What was it? Of
I
course he doesn't.
recommend.
A monkey coffin.
You can see what it says about that.
Ah, the legendary monkey casket of Kauai. I'll never forget the horrible hula of Hades I had to do to get this thing. Is this thing sloshing? 4 words you don't want to hear when you pick up a coffin.
Okay.
And so continue just seeing if you could do anything with the barrel. Nope. Walk away from here. I think most of the actions are going to be on the other ship,
Look at
so
it, all
let's still
smug
just
and oozing with voodoo.
familiarize
Lucy was
yourself with
oozing
how
after I
to do
finished
this.
my awesome voodoo spell.
Yeah,
I wonder if there's
it's,
anything useful down there. Nope, nothing but a bunch of lazy crewmen. I can't believe I spent so much time recruiting those guys.
You can use the
Nothing in
cannon,
there
for
but a decade's
instance.
worth of
Click on the
fantastic
cannon
pirate
to see what that does, or talk to Elaine would be my next recommendation.
Okay.
You can see how they simplify this thing.
Elaine, my
So,
beautiful butter. I said, Elaine, my beautiful butter.
My beautiful butter?
I was gonna say buttercup, but you keep cutting me off.
Oh, Guybrush. Now stop the chucker, we're all dead.
So here, if you're using your the mouse pointer, you can use the scroll wheel to scroll up and down
yeah.
your options as well when it's a little bit of a longer list.
Mm-hmm.
But you can have a discussion here. There's no right or wrong. There's no timing on this puzzle. So
The recipe says I'm supposed to soak the cutlass in magical root beer, but I can't find any.
Have you looked in that creepy monkey coffin?
Right, because everyone keeps their magic root beer in a tiny monkey coffin.
and some of those things are optional. Sometimes you need to extend.
how you
Exhaust
open
all
this
your
thing.
dialogue options.
Ha! A salty bottle full of root beer.
Ah.
I haven't seen one of these since before I had a beard. Bet this stuff will work wonders on my cutlass.
Okay.
So now comes the mechanic of combining items. No, you see there are 2 spots below the looking glass,
Okay.
and then bomb, and then the cross in the middle. It's a
All right,
locket,
Time to
essentially.
give this cutlass a root beer shower. Root beer.
And,
What kind of
and
second-rate
sometimes
voodoo
there
seltzer bottle
will be an
has
animation where
flat
you've
root
done it right. There's actually you did it right, but there's no fizz
Mhm.
to the beer. Try
Oh.
combining some deep. So now you're gonna see that animation that shows that you've done it right. Otherwise, it would just go clonk
Aye.
if you did it incorrectly. So now combine it with the cutlass.
Prepare to meet your frosty carbonated maker, LeChuck.
Arr! Come and get me a dirt-digging doily dipper!
This is not a long puzzle by any stretch. Let's do it.
Stop
It's an
showboating.
intro,
Bring
some
the
tutorial
sword,
stuff.
Guybrush.
Yeah.
Not showboating. I'm. Whoa. Oops.
And
Yeah.
now we're going to die. Again.
Now we're going to die again. Wonderful.
Okay, no problem. I just need to find a fresh supply of impossible to find voodoo root beer.
That means we're
I
done
sure hope
on
there's
your
some on
ship.
Elaine's
Let's do
ship,
it.
'cause mine
Okay.
is dry as a bone.
You can see
And not one of
the
those
Telltale
electro
do a
ones.
little
I'm talking a dry,
direction
dry
thingy
bone.
with you. by highlighting items that you should probably examine, because they had the grog frame.
Mhm.
So I would just go over to the other ship. You should just be able to click it. Find somewhere to click on it.
What are we clicking on?
Well, the ship or the cannon, probably the ship. Just
I'd fire
move
the
the
cannon, but
cursor
Elaine jettisoned all my ammo after I
over
accidentally
the
sunk
ship.
some other schooner.
Cease your infernal struggling, or I'll gut you from
Is it
God.
LeChuck's ship I'm
Look at
clicking on?
All smug and oozy.
Yeah, but you click the chuck now,
see
so
who's
just
oozing after I finish my
move the
awesome
cursor
cruise.
over the ship and
Cease
see
your infernal
what is
struggling, or I'll
highlighted,
gut you
the
from
name of
God
his
to gizzard.
ship, or click the grog itself, and Guybrush will hopefully. Yeah, tantalizing grog, it said there, so click on that for instance.
Tantalizing.
I wonder what that does.
Well, that's just how you were
Maybe
describing
Elaine's
it to me.
some bright ideas.
Oh, the events characters will have nothing to try it.
Elaine!
What?
Elaine!
Exactly.
You've got inordinately strong thighs. See if you can swing me that rope.
It's not
Guybrush.
I've got a better
It's a
idea.
really naughty joke for a Monkey Island game. There we are. So we work together. Trigger matters with dialogue, as the tutorial said.
You don't spend several years at the side of Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate, without
Yeah.
picking up a few tricks, darling.
Look at his posing there. He does that whenever he's proud, like
My booty! My
yes.
collection of autographed sextants.
We'll buy you some more sextants later. Just stop LeChuck.
autographed sextants is a running gag, and at least
Okay.
there are one or two of these games.
Saves me the trouble of having to sit
Is it
Yeah,
all,
well,
all the same voice actors?
we'll get to that. There's actually yes and no.
Okay.
But you can talk to Elaine if you like, or start examining what liquids to create new
Hang in
fizz.
there, guys. We'll get you out as soon as I put an end to LeChuck.
Essentially, I think it's as easy as because you didn't use up all the breath mints,
Okay.
so probably you're gonna
Elaine's
pour it in
barrel
that
of
if
light
I'm
grog.
correct.
It's like real grog, only without
it's
the
like
taste, calories, or
grog.
debilitating blackouts.
So if you move
Won't
the
someone please think of the
so
monkeys?
indeed. Boom boom. You need to you're still in the inventory, so you essentially need to pull out the item from the inventory
Okay. And then just
and click now. It will go
Okay.
away, and now you can click on the barrel of light grog indeed.
right.
Busy low-cal grog. I bet I can make a fortune selling this to, well, no one.
Seems good enough, doesn't it? You got fizz. Let's
Yes.
re-up the cutlass.
Yes!
A wet cutlass. Just what I've always wanted.
Yes! Yes!
Fairly sure that was it, but so try using it on. Chuck, or was there another thing you need to do?
Ungar!
Now there's one more thing. Possibly somewhere with gunpowder, or oh yeah. Is there anything up to the left?
I wondered where all my gunpowder went after the mother-in-law incident.
Above the gunpowder, up the stairs there.
Unless I can highlight unless I could walk past LeChuck.
LeChuck!
No, like not. I've forgotten all about this already, but there is another item.
There's that funky plant. Is that like a mandrake or something?
Oh yes, you're right.
Chuck the plant.
Those roots could really use a trim.
Indeed. So that's
Nothing!
indeed correct.
Let's see
so
if we can
let's-
cut back some of those unruly roots.
Okay. I
There,
believe
much
that
neater.
is the next item for the
Nothing
barrel of
can stop
grog.
me
So
now.
you
Oh,
should
okay.
probably dip into it after you've added this ingredient. That was it.
Now that's some fizzy root grog. Bet it still tastes
Because
like
it was
monkey
root
stuff.
beer.
Root.
You need a
Of
root.
course.
So
God damn it.
now Guybrush should
Okay,
be
you
good
barrel
because
of
the recipe
disgusting
is
low-cal goo. Make yourself
back in
useful.
business.
Booyah! Look out, LeChuck. Here comes Guybrush Threepwood's glowing
Right.
sword of hot monkey
Let's see
vengeance.
Guybrush save the day, Stuart.
Hot monkey vengeance.
Nothing.
LeChuck!
Do you mind? I'd be in the middle of an unholy ceremony here.
Unholy this!
Unholy this?
Now I'm gonna stay
Yeah, I
quiet
know, but he didn't give me much
for
to
story
work
time.
with. Hey!
Arr, arr. You can't defeat me that
Uh-oh.
easily, sheep good. Wait, what's happening?
Is that how the cutlass is supposed to work?
I don't know. It's so right. What the heck?
Woof.
I'm human.
That's debatable.
Oh, no.
Guybrush, quick! Finish him off!
What? Oh, right. This is for the monkeys, LeChuck.
Oh,
What are you
No.
doing? Finish him!
It's not me, it's my hand.
Possessed.
Uh-oh.
and let's just say nothing is going
Elaine.
right right now,
Guybrush?
Stuart.
Elaine!
And there we are. Welcome, Stuart. The Guybrush does a boo-boo. Probably wasn't a good idea that he had to change up the recipe. And LeChuck turned into his human form.
Yeah.
This is either good or terribly bad.
I guess technically it's one of those forms we've never seen of him yet.
We have not. So you are separated from your lava and your mortal enemy, and there's something going on with your hand. Or Evil Dead 2 like.
Yeah.
So you got a feel for the user interface, not too shabby, not too troublesome.
Yeah, that's, we've dealt with more complex.
Sure have. We've dealt with what was the standard, and some that were more complex. You know, we
Yes.
dealt with pick up, use, look at, give,
Mm-hmm.
and something in between, and then
Then
we
escape.
dealt with escape from Monkey Island. Alrighty. This is not any of the regular islands, Stuart. This is new.
Okay.
Elaine?
So
Ahoy there, me hearty.
What?
The animation looks like really early Pixar.
No, I don't.
Like he almost kind of looks like a distant relative of like the Woody cowboy.
sure. Yeah, this was the
Sorry,
Telltale
I don't
engine,
know what got...
and we got a problem. The hand
Oh,
is
this
doing
can't
stuff.
be good.
You know, you really should have that looked at, kid.
Huh?
The name's Nipperkin. Davy Nipperkin, senior reporter, Keel Hall Gazette. Welcome to
Local
Flotsam
reporter?
Island. Mind if I ask you a few
Flotsam
questions?
Island.
Actually,
Great. What's your name, where'd you come from, and how'd you get here?
There's only one answer for that.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood,
And notice Mighty
Pirate.
Pirate is now
Pirate, eh?
trademarked.
Yes.
I believe it when I see it, kid.
I think
Still,
that's
it'd
the
be nice
first
to have a
one.
real genuine pirate buckling his swash around Flotsam
So,
Island.
yeah,
Why,
he's
I
looking for
haven't
news.
had an
You're
honest
gonna
to
find that
goodness
out.
pirate story to write about in over 6
A whole lot of
months.
things
Yes,
going on
sir,
here.
pal.
Piratey stuff.
Nothing like the promise of a good pirate story to
Everything
get the
will
old
be
journalistic
revealed
juices
naturally.
flowing
This is
again,
not an
says
obtuse, elusive game.
I. Say, just listen to me prattling on while you stand there all wet and confused and whatnot. So, what's your story, Creepwood?
Okay.
This island looks, lovely, but...
I like
where can
when
I
the
find a
option
ship?
is worded
I
one
really need
way,
to get back
but the
to the Rock
dialogue
and
that,
Gelato and
comes
find
out of
my library.
Guybrush is
Yes.
Well,
another,
there's only
another
one ship here on Flotsam Island.
adding to
It
the
won't do
writing.
you any
It's never
good.
a bad thing.
Why not?
It's the winds, Threepwand. The winds.
3-1.
Here on Flotsam Island, the
We
winds
got
are always blowing
inward
inward 24 hours
winds,
a
24
day,
hours a day,
365
for
days a year.
165 days
A
a year.
freak of nature, a fluke, a
So,
curse. Whatever
there's
you
that
want
to
call
solve
it.
along the
Result
way
is
as
the
well.
same.
Okay.
Rest of
You
the
landed on
winds.
Flotsam Island, you're trapped.
Are you seriously telling me there's no way off this island?
Well, not by ship anyway. The only person who I think might know a way off the island is Deep Gut.
Guybrush.
Deep gut? What's a deep gut?
Deep Gut's my secret source for off-island news stories.
I wonder if all
It's a
three
good
options
thing,
just led to
too.
that dialogue
Without the
option.
guts on Katie
Yeah,
into
they
island
will, because
sleuths,
it's not a game that
Keeloha
has
Gazette would never be able to compete
story
with those
paths depending on the
snowy
dialogue
prima
options you
donnas
choose.
over at
Yeah.
the Flotsam
It's
Times.
it's not Walking Dead in that
Island
regard.
news?
That Telltale
Hey, then he
also
might know
did.
something
That
about our
affected
Yeah.
a lot
Where
more
can I
things. They
find
had to
this
come up
deep
with
gut?
that dynamic
Hold on a
mechanic.
second, pirate boy. Davy J. Nipperkin doesn't go hand
So
in over
yeah,
his
you
secret
got
sources
to get
every
this
Tom, Dick, and
to the
Guybrush
secret
that
source,
washes
but you get
ashore.
to the secret source
But I
through
can pay
the
you
journalist,
with
and you gotta
treasure
feed
from
him
my
a couple
ship,
of news items along the
which
way.
is probably at the bottom of the
Adding
ocean
to the
right
list,
now.
but believe me, this is not
Look, kid, you seem like
exhaustive
a nice
or
enough pirate, so I'll make you a
hard to
deal.
keep track of, because everything just solves itself naturally.
A deal?
Yeah, off-island news is nice and all, but the fair citizens of Flotsam are getting tired of stories about faraway lands they'll never see again. Not to mention that I hate being beholden to this deep gut person.
So?
So I need some nice, meaty local pirate news.
I love making pirate news.
That's the spirit, kid. You can translate that moxie into news-making pirate mayhem, and I'll hand you deep gut on a silver platter.
So after
Yeah, it's
you
gonna be a
regain
snap.
control of Guybrush,
A snap.
I
snap.
have a little trivia section after this one. This is tradition.
Okay.
The old chapter heading.
Mm-hmm. Thought you meant Guybrush being assaulted into a chapter heading.
You pause with space, by the way. There's auto-saving, and you can also add a save of your own. You can actually do that before. There's a nifty thing here. So go into the menu and create a save of your own. I'm going to show you something very nifty. So save and load. And then you click the second spot, because the first spot is
Save.
the autosave. And then you save that. Click save. Done. And you get a little story recap in case you need it.
Ah.
And it updates. It doesn't grow longer the
Mhm.
longer the game runs, but it updates to sort of give you a spotlight on where you are currently in the game. I thought that was neat.
Okay.
But there are auto-saving, frequent auto-saving. Sometimes when you change scenery, from one screen to another, you walk into the forest. There's an auto-save built in. So,
Right.
but yeah. So, if you indulge me, Guybrush won't do anything, so you can just let him stand there if you like.
Get him to look into the camera.
This all came out in 2009. All of these 5 episodes launched on July 7th. This one. And the second part came out August 20th. And in general, it was a month or 5 weeks between each episode. So, and the last one was released on PC, though, at the end of 2009. But this came out on, it says WiiWare. I guess that was the Wii store to download the digital games. I suppose.
Yeah.
Then this came out on Mac OS, PlayStation Network, and iOS, but Telltale actually closed in 2018. So this was delisted for a bit. And then it was re-released in 2020 under LCG Entertainment. So that's why you can find this on Steam. Good old games. It's not on PlayStation Network right now. I don't know if it's Xbox status, to be honest, because I don't know. I don't have
Don't
one.
think I've ever seen it there.
So that's a downside to the closure of Telltale, but it's back on in other places now. So this was actually developed alongside the special edition of Secret of Monkey Island. So they were doing sort of a concurrent project, even though that wasn't a Telltale game. Ron Gilbert, the original creator of Monkey Island, was involved in early story planning, but the project was led by Dave Grossman, who co-wrote the original 2 games, and Michael Stemley, who co-designed Escape from Monkey Island. And as you might know, Stuart, I did print this out, so pardon me. Telltale actually had episodic games already in the bag that they kind of became known for. Sam & Max Save the World was released in 3 seasons with episodic storytelling. Strong Bad's cool game for attractive people, and Wallace and Gromit's Grand Adventures also came to Telltale. I have that, haven't played it though. So it was quite cinematic compared to the other games though, that I just said. It's one of the more ambitious Telltale projects, and the first Monkey Island game to be built fully in 3D. and like had focus on camera work and serialized storytelling. And this episodic format allowed Telltale to take narrative risks, build suspense across chapters, and deliver, in my opinion, this is not a spoiler, one of the most emotionally impactful entries in the series. It's not a tearjerker, but the stakes get a little bit real. And
Okay.
But before we do some cost stuff, let's start playing for a bit. So
All right.
I would recommend just walking into town. You can examine a couple of things here on the beach, but there's no things to pick up. I can just tell you that right now.
Club 41.
You can either double click on an item you see and Guybrush will run, or you can run yourself by holding the shift button as you
Attention.
walk in
Flotsam
a particular
Island's most
direction.
prestigious pirate organization
Okay.
is no
So
longer accepting new
they
applications
have
for
built
membership.
in
Thank you for your continued
fast
interest and please
running,
go away.
essentially.
Mhm.
But yeah, was there a door that you could open? Club door.
Card? What card?
Good start.
No card.
Wind still sucks. Flotsam Island endures 1,138th straight day of unwelcome winds.
Wonder how many times he reused that headline in this ongoing news. But yeah, this is the keel hauler, and
It's
I
locked.
wouldn't recommend necessarily speaking again to Nipperkin because you're on your own. You have some tasks for him. He just wants the news.
Okay.
But you can. But to get a refresher, you know that's built in to Monkey Island again, where you can ask someone, "What was the thing I was supposed to do again?" And they will summarize the
jail,
tasks
the
for you.
flag, and the general air of perverted justice.
So
I can
it
only
works
guess
that
that
way
this
too.
must be the Flotsam Island courthouse.
Yes, the courthouse. This the game hasn't frozen. Don't worry. It's a
There was a little fright there.
Pirates plundering your palace? Buccaneers bashing your balustrades? Swashbucklers slicing your stomachs? Then you need Morgan Le Fay, pirate hunter par excellence. Great, a pirate hunter. I need that like I need a fourth nipple.
There's a peculiar design to these
Well,
buildings, so
throw
that
me down.
Yeah.
you know it's a glass work. So that means the panels look like glass.
Mm-hmm.
They're out of a church or something.
Yeah, some stained glass.
Alphabet sale. Free vowels while supplies last. It's locked.
Yeah, it's not a place that is going to be excluded from the game, but it's not going to be activated just now.
Okay.
Not right now. So this gives you a chance to. This is where the run mechanic is good when you're running on the docks,
Mm-hmm.
and including here. So
The doctor is busy. Flowers. What a crummy sconce. I'd better pick this up before someone trips over it.
yep, you didn't need to do that yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You have a weird nose-like flower pot.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, they're swordfish.
I'm not sure whether this is late Rococo or early creepy. Sounds like he's busy.
Sounded assuring, didn't it?
Mhm.
Screams of horror from inside the doctor's house. But yeah, that will. The doctor won't be busy later, Stuart. So
Okay. Look at the design from this angle. The doors on the first floor.
yeah,
Like roadkill.
it's a little bit grim Fandango in style as well, from the olden times.
Holy screaming starfish! I think I've just found my ride off this stinking island.
It's a ship.
Not so fast, my well-coiffed friend.
Quaffed.
Reginald Van Winslow, captain of the Screaming Narwhal. And you are?
Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate.
Oh, really? What can I do for you, Mr. Mighty Pirate?
Yeah, so here's some stuff that's suitable to ask, actually. So,
Do you know
so
anything about
don't skip
Club
out on this
41?
dialogue tree.
Club 41? Wonderful place. I haven't been there since I lost my membership card when I seized the narwhal.
All right.
We have an errant membership card somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice ship.
here's your little
Were you drunk when you built it?
subtask.
Good one, boyo. But I didn't build the Screaming Narwhal. It was assembled by a committee of concerned Flotsam citizens.
Were they drunk?
No, but they had to use whatever floated ashore. Hence, the aforementioned constructed by Sotsnook.
Well, if you didn't build the narwhal, why are you the captain?
By tradition, whoever knocks the captain of the Screaming Narwhal off the deck gets to be the captain until he's knocked off by the next guy.
So all I have to do is knock him off, huh?
The screen froze for a bit. He dares do it, but I'm with you again now.
Okay.
How'd you end up on Flotsam?
Same as everyone else here, lad. The winds. I was chasing some brigand that had stolen my hard-earned booty when all of a sudden Flotsam's capricious winds picked up my ship, shredded it to bits, and plunked me down here on her bounteous shores.
Heave to
So
and
yeah,
strike your colours. I've come
the
to
Club
seize your
41
ship.
option is still there, if but you don't need to go through it again, because he will just say to you again that oh, I haven't been there for a bit. So, but
He's
we're
got a
now
really good
introducing
attitude for someone who's about to lose his ship.
how on earth are you going to get this ship? Well, let's continue.
Why are you
Asking
so
about
happy
that.
about me seizing your ship?
I love a good challenge. Girds the mind and sharpens the loins, don't you know?
Huh? Do you know anything about Club 41?
Club 41? Wonderful place.
Yes, if you
I
right-click
haven't been
now,
there
if
since
you
I
don't want to
lost
listen
my
to this
membership card.
dialogue again, you can right-click and
Okay.
opt out of that dialogue. So, did you ask about how you become the captain? You did, didn't
Well,
you?
if you
Yeah,
didn't build the narwhal,
aye,
why
the-
are you the captain?
Okay, cool.
By
So,
tradition,
yeah,
whoever
you
knocks
So all I have to do
just
is
board the
knock
ship,
it-
walk onto it. There was a
Be seeing
plank
ya.
I
All
look
right.
forward to it.
because it is that easy. It always is,
Mm.
The weather never ever does a thing for me.
or is it?
Well, it does look a bit slippy.
Well, you have the chain and you have the plank. So let's just walk the plank.
The Screaming Narwhal may not be particularly pretty or seaworthy, but at least she's a ship. Prepare to be boarded, Van Winslow.
Bacon grease, boyo.
Bacon
Silly
grease.
Stuff in the seven seas.
Oh, crud. This jacket was an anniversary present, and now it's all covered with bacon grease. Man, is Elaine gonna be P.O.?
Yeah, so that didn't work. Let's try the chains to it.
Oh, dang. Hot, hot, hot! Ow! And now the dock is smoldering. Perfect.
It was not a useful event. Let's just say that.
Oh no.
But so you can't walk. You can't
Plank's
walk
gone.
Those
again.
embers
On,
are going out anytime soon.
so it's gonna be there. But you're gonna have something to ignite later on. But let's. There's a third way to get on the ship. Do it. So just walk a little bit to the right. Go a little
Ali,
line between the ship and
Mm-hmm.
shore. That should be it, right? No.
Well, there we go.
but so you realize that you don't have everything right now
Yeah.
to solve this, but to get you on your way, can you individually highlight any of the clothing on the thing? You can, right? So
Yeah.
try that. See what happens. Just click the
Hey, there's
socks.
something in this sock. Club 41.
Ta-da!
Oh.
Primary member number 37, Reginald Van Winslow. This should come in handy.
Mhm.
But yes, there's a way here to get on board in terms of the pulley system.
Mhm.
But you don't have all the tools at your disposal just yet.
Okay. But we-
So you, since you just got the membership card and you see it as a character that has appeared as well, but so you can either talk to this character or use the membership card, whatever you
it.
like to do it. So it's either that you indeed use the card, or there will be Guybrush will automatically say, "Well, I do have a membership card," or you pick a dialogue option
Oh,
yourself
yes, my membership card.
that
Here you go.
say that.
Very good, Captain Van Winslow. Here's your blindfold.
Blindfold?
Come now, sir. You know the rules. All probationary Club 41 members must
What a weird
wear
exclusive
blindfolds
club.
inside the
You get
club.
in, but you can't see it.
Right. How silly of me.
Very good, sir. Find the step.
I've heard you make a mean Grogatini.
Nachos!
I'm so sorry.
Oh, chaos.
Reminiscent to the first game.
Yes, indeed.
Out for his hand!
Yeah. I can figure out that there's trouble brewing in Guybrush's hand.
What a fight! That was spectacular, Driftwood. Best pirate brouhaha I've seen in
That you
months.
solved part of the puzzle
I don't know
in the
what got
meantime.
into me.
Okay.
It was like my hand was possessed or
Because
something.
now the journalist
Possessed, you
turned up.
say?
Yes, there was a fight, a
Sounds
pirate
like there
fight,
may be a follow-up story there. Keep feeding me these boffo pirate
or
stories.
possessed,
Driftwood.
involving
I'll
a
be
possessed
getting all
hand.
the secrets
So
of
you
Deep
fed him
Cut
one
before you
pirate
know it.
story. I believe there's like 3 or something
Oh,
like that
okay.
that will happen over the course of the game. Did you notice that something flew out as you flew out of the?
What the? You put one of those miniature swords with an olive in my Grogatini. I hate those things. It's a tiny
Part of a
Grogatini
solution a
sword
little
with
bit
an
later
olive.
on. So yeah, it does show that this direction of allows for direction. This engine allows for direction. You know, different shots and creative almost, episodic television editing. So I enjoyed that recurring gag of not seeing the fight.
Yeah.
Within this engine, so that was kind of fun.
Printer's ink, the
What's in
lifeblood of
that?
the newspaper
Ink.
industry, lovingly harvested from squid udders.
Right.
So yeah, the games won't have you island hop extensively, so you always know kind of the parameters of where you can go and can't go. So yeah, that is our next stop. I can spoil this much. It's not the last time you're on Flotsam, but
Okay.
There's not
Ahoy
this
there, scruffy
insane
artisan.
sort of
I'm Guybrush
Monkey
Threepwood,
2
ready
island
pirate.
hopping, which was great, but it involved a lot of backtracking and so forth.
Pirate glassblower.
Ah.
How'd a crusty pirate like yourself wind up making little glass unicorns?
Listen, matey. Glass blowing's every bit as dangerous as sailing the Spanish Main. One false move with your glass jack near the glory hole, and you can kiss your eyeballs goodbye.
I can? I'm not sure that's biologically possible.
So what did you think of the design of Guybrush? Because it's always, but not 1 and 2. It looked sort of similar. But what do you think of Guybrush's style and look this time around?
Yeah, he's a little bit more mature, more pointy. But no, it's he still kind of like looks like, yes, he claims to be a mighty pirate, but everyone looking at his appearance is
Yeah.
yet to be impressed.
cheap good, you know. They never get his name right. Few do.
Creepwood.
tell me
But
about
yeah,
Flotsam Island?
I'd recommend exhausting these dialogue as well. This character will play a little part, some items, a few puzzles, and things that will naturally present themselves as well. Which is why this is easier. They have decided to be a little bit more approachable. No
Yikes.
puzzles about. Well, there are mini versions of puzzles akin to sword insulting
Okay.
in like the third episode. But if you let's say need to learn
So,
10 things
unicorns, huh?
in sword insult fighting, the thing you're gonna do, which is not sword insult fighting, requires you to learn like 4. You know, so they condense that playing style while still acknowledging that the Monkey Island games is about some competitions here and there.
Okay.
So that's why I think a lot of these choices are sound. Yeah, it was a free
What's
vowel
this
offer.
alphabet sale all about?
It's the latest thing. I make unbreakable tubes in the shapes of letters, which can be used to create festive, illuminated business signs, novelty mementos, or lamps.
Kitschy.
Aye, very camp. Consonants cost 38 pieces of 8. But today I'm giving away 1 free vowel per customer. Would you like a vowel?
I think I'd
This
like one
works,
of
do
those
it.
free vowel tubes.
You'd like
See
to
what
buy
vowel
a
you
vowel,
get.
eh? Here you go.
A U? What about A, E, I, O, or even Y?
All sold out. All we got is U-tubes these days.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Even in 2009, that joke works, do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it still does. Even though you should update it with all we got is, and then make a pun about TikTok.
Yeah.
instead.
Okay, so. Did I ask that
What
already?
can you tell me about Flotsam Island?
Well, you probably already know about Flotsam Infernal Winds. But has anyone told you about the reefs?
The reefs?
Aye, the crystal reefs of Flotsam Island. Sharper than a dragon's tooth they be. They encircle
Yeah,
the
it was
island,
always perilous,
shredding any
this
ship
island,
foolish
as
enough
it
to
turns
get
out.
caught in Flotsam winds.
Yikes.
Yeah, so you're pretty much done here.
Thanks for chatting, but,
But,
I got a wife and arch nemesis to return to.
There was a little path next to this fellow, wasn't it?
Yeah, between the buildings.
Yes. Into the forest.
Do we have a little world map?
Just keep running. And in the next screen, you will have it. The next time you enter the forest, by the way. That's the transition, because you don't know any locations in the forest right now, and the little circle that appeared there returns you to the jungle entrance. You will understand why, because this is a tiny maze, and that involves 1 or 2 puzzles. So in case you did get shit, I'm lost. Let's go back to 0. That's your button for that.
Oh, okay. Let's talk to Portly Pyrte.
Hey. Hi. Ah, who are you? I'm Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate. And you are?
Joaquin Jacinto de Mera Alfonso de Oro, treasure hunter extraordinaire.
What were you doing down there?
Nothing.
It looked like you were playing with dolls.
They
Guybrush
were
being
not
judgmental.
dolls. They're fully articulated porcelain power pirates.
What in the name of Davy Jones's closet organizer are porcelain power pirates?
They're the rarest and coolest action figures ever. I've been tracking them with the porcelain power pirate treasure maps hidden in special boxes of porcelain power pirate pear flavored breakfast cereal. I've spent years tracking them down, and I've almost got the full set.
Yeah, he's a collector.
Mm-hmm.
So what is he missing then? That seems like the second option on this screen, doesn't it? An explanation of what he's
How many
missing.
PP pirates do you have left?
Only
How many
one pirate
pirates
I have
do you have
not
left?
found is the ultra rare Impossible to find a dark ninja Dave,
Ninja Dave with killer karate
katana. I thought I might find it here on Flotsam Island, but I got scammed.
Oh.
Scammed?
Yes.
So
Some
this is
guy in a
about
plaid jacket with waving
getting
arms, some real Ninja Dave map, but he just keeps sending
the
me in
option to
circles.
actually do some treasure hunting. We're on the path, kind of. But also remember that Guybrush is not actually a kind fella. He cheats and steals and makes people miserable. So that's gonna come up even in this first episode too, not
Mind
just
if I take a look at that
through
map?
his hand,
Take it.
but
It's useless.
I'll let you
to
know if I
solve
find anything.
our stuff.
You're
We need
sure
to
this Dark Ninja Dave is a valuable treasure,
make
right?
some people
It's the stuff that dreams
cheat some
are made
people, I guess.
of. Porcelain dreams.
What's that big pink pile of dolls?
Action figurines.
Hey, what's that big pink pile of action figurines over there all about?
Those are my extra pink pajama Pierres, the lamest and least valuable of the porcelain power pirates. I loathe pink pajama Pierre.
That
with the
sounds like
white
he
on the
has
end of a
multiples
million
to
extra
it, so he probably wouldn't mind that you take one at one point.
All right.
Oh, look, there's a fourth new option there.
Look, it's a Ninja Dave figure with throwing star action.
Where?
Nick.
Okay, Guybrush. It's only a little porcelain. Just
And remember,
close your
he
eyes
hates
and
porcelain.
relax things.
He's not allergic to it. It's an
Oh,
irrational
yeah,
fear of
the
porcelain.
treasure,
I didn't see anything.
Sorry,
the
it must have been
the,
me.
the treasure chest from the second game in Elaine's mansion was made of porcelain.
And I love that they didn't, they just threw you into that gag like, okay, Guybrush, just porcelain. Kind of unexpected. No real need to explore because you're only gonna do that when you're supposed to navigate it, really. But you did get an item, didn't you?
Yes.
No, like a little scroll of some kind.
That jungle sure is noisy.
So yeah, this is the audio puzzle. If you study this item here, you have a starting point. If you look at the top left, and then there's a boar or a pig. There's a monkey. There's a bee, and so forth. And then X marks the spot.
Okay.
So this isn't terribly difficult to figure out. Just search out the well in this limited forest, but then you need to listen to the audio of the jungle. And
Okay.
I think you're ready to sort of do this on your own. But run around. It doesn't take many screens until you find the well. So just that's a dead end, by the way. I think. So
Okay, I could hear monkeys, so
yeah, exactly. You are gonna hear different sounds depending on which direction you're about to go in. So just imagine that you're walking towards the right, and it starts playing before you actually switch to the next screen, meaning that you can sort of preview what kind of sounds am I hearing. But you
Jungle
need
sure
to
is
get to the
noisy.
correct starting points to it.
okay. So your starting point here.
No, X marks the spot. That's the ending point.
All right, I thought we were trying to find this pipe.
You're looking for treasure.
Okay, so we need to find a boar sound to start with, and then go monkey, bee, or
Indeed. But
Okay.
do remember that you don't need to walk like to the very edge of the screen to first hear the sound, like a few steps before.
yeah, because I could
The
hear the
sound
bees
starts
just now.
And Guybrush will tell you if you've done it correctly, and there will be a jonk if you've done it incorrectly and have to reset.
All right, so it's
So,
not like I could just start by. I could hear a bee, so I'm going to start on step 3. I have to start.
No, and it literally will tell you the moment you have done a mistake. So it's not like I'm doing great. I think I've done great. Oh no, where did I go wrong? It will tell you immediately when you did wrong. But you need to find a well first. So keep running around until you find a well. This is not a 24 by 24 labyrinth, Stuart. You know, so it's pretty easy. That's where you came from, by the way. The down thing. I think this is the wrong way, but keep running around. You'll find it quite quickly. We'll go back to the jungle entrance and find it that way. Oh, by the way, go back. You missed nothing.
Smilin' stands young Miss Mini Bombs. All the punch of larger mini bombs packed into a smaller package for petite pirate hands. You know, I better just take all of them.
All that was written on one.
I love that animation. Like, grab.
Okay.
So yes, you've got bombs. That'll come in handy. Not in game 2, but in this episode. Yeah, I can tell you right now, this might look enticing. You can't get in. So
Okay.
let's try and move to the right here.
According to this,
Thank you.
it's Sunday, the 12th of Manatee.
Sunday. It's Sunday, the 12th of Manatee today. Let's do it.
Mhm.
This is not the well, so walk right, I would recommend at this point.
Oh.
There we are. So, save here if you like, in case you feel like, oh man, I don't feel like finding the well again. Because you have to start over again in case you do it wrong.
No game-breaking bugs in this one.
Nope. So before we do that, because you need to listen and don't hear me yap,
Mhm.
let me talk a little bit about the cast in this one. There are more things that are spoiler stuff, so I'm just going to talk a little bit of the cast that you are hearing if you play this game, and that you are hearing as you play it, Stuart. If the people are listening to the stream, they hear the voices as well. But Guybrush Threepwood is played by Dominic Amato, again, the mainstay of the voice cast, if you will. He has voiced this character since The Curse of Monkey Island, and I mean, you listened to him partly because you played these games without audio, so you just heard him partly every now and again. But I think his casting was a perfect match because he always embodied Guybrush's mix of self-assured cockiness and lovable incompetence. Because he's a doofus. So he may never be the fearsome pirate he imagines himself to be, but his quick thinking, puzzle solving, and occasional moments of bravery make him a true hero. And I always loved Amato's delivery. He captured that balance, whether Guybrush is making a disastrous mistake, like he has already, or when he's pulling off a heroic feat. I think Dominic always made the character consistently engaging and understood his role quite well by this point. Elaine is played by Alexandra Boyd again. She voiced Elaine in Curse. She was replaced in Escape from Monkey Island by Charity James. And at this time in 2009, Boyd recorded her lines remotely from London. So they could do this over Skype in 2009 well enough. So that's always good. There will be more notes on LeChuck, but for now, I'm just going to say that initially, when you downloaded this game, when it was released digitally, it's a physical now, but he was initially voiced by a voice actor called Adam Harrington.
Okay.
In LeChuck's ghostly voodoo form, undead form. And then an actor called Kevin Blackton took over because they changed actors when LeChuck turned human. Okay. But when they went back to do the physical, they actually had they had approached Earl Bowen again, but he had retired from acting altogether. But when they did the physical, they managed to convince him to go in and do some limited voice work for LeChuck in his ghostly undead form, just to have a through line in that regard. And I didn't know Stuart. We used him as an actor, but he's been a voice actor in plentiful stuff. He has voiced Magneto in X-Men Legends. I'm familiar with it, but that's he's the narrator in the World of Warcraft, apparently, Earl Bowen, and the various characters in Metal Gear Solid and Psychonauts. So he wasn't just a Terminator 2 actor, but did voice work as well. And that's as much cast I'm going to mention now, because some have not appeared yet. So
Okay, doke.
little thing there. Probably not terribly unfair to the actors, by the way, who was cast as LeChuck initially. You know, they probably got paid and they were fine with it. And I forgot to mention that the actor who took over the role for Return to Monkey Island after Earl Bowen passed away was Jess Harnell. But I haven't heard any bad notes about the voice acting in the last game. So, but anyway, listen to the sounds of the forest, Stuart.
Yes, I.
What you need to start triggering the mechanic. If you notice, the map was on the map. There was an illustration of a hand holding the map and the well. This is a little bit obtuse and elusive, but you need to trigger this mechanic by moving the map over the well, and you will see the screen shake.
Oh.
So now you're officially on the clock, so to say. It's on.
Okay.
So I recommend doing taking a photograph of the map, so you have it on your phone. Oh, okay, good boy. So just without me interrupting, what's the first sound you're gonna listen after?
We're going for the wild boar.
I don't know if this is randomized. I can't. But regardless, just listen for the
This
right
looks promising.
sound. And you just saw Guybrush say, "Cool,
Yeah.
we're good." So don't run is my recommendation. This screen only has one way, but make sure the right sound is playing regardless.
Yeah.
It might be loading here, and you heard a little chime, I guess.
Okay, we've got bees.
And sometimes you need to move back too, I think. So don't think that isn't an option. You know?
Okay.
So listen. Make sure you listen to the sound that you need to listen to. Whether it's up, down, left, right.
Bees. Warthogs, maybe? Monkey.
So far, so good.
Right, we need another warthog now. No, that's a bird.
Take that.
That's a bee.
Either up or down then.
Another warthog. That was the right step, I'm sure.
And if you walk to it, don't walk to the right because you will exit the jungle. So likely the only option is either go back to where you came or up there. So
Yeah, aye.
This looks promising.
Okay, so now we're looking out for birds. Yep.
So I think this might be it, Stuart. Walk a little bit more to the right. Yeah, you're at the X marks the spot, and you might think to
Looks like
yourself,
someone already dug
"Who
up this
knows?
treasure."
I do not have a shovel, or do I?" Start digging. We'll see what happens when he presses X marks the spot.
Oh, dang. Looks like someone already dug up this treasure.
All right. So, sorry, I'm misunderstanding the mechanic. What you're doing here, you're not finding treasure, you're planting treasure. And I just realized that we haven't done. I'm sorry. We're one step. We haven't done all the solutions. So,
Okay.
just yet. So you have to redo this. I'm sorry, Stuart.
All right.
It's only 3 minutes or so. So what? Because what you need to do, you need to plant the elusive figure in the thing, and you have one of the things you need to you need to craft a fake Dark Dave Ninja Pirate, and you can partially do it, but that is a pink
Hey, what do you know?
Dark
That little teeny
Dave
surf, it's right
Ninja
with Pierre's
Pirate
little teeny
thingy,
hand.
right?
Still doesn't look
So do
very
you
clear,
remember?
Do we have to dip them in
Count-
ink?
Good boy, you're thinking. You're thinking like a line-cheating doo-doo head. That Guybrush
There's-
is.
Pressing O won't take us right back to the world map like the good old days.
No, but no, you can press back to the jungle entrance, and you just have to walk one more step to the right. So sorry about that, but you solved it anyway. There's your beautiful Flotsam Island. So here's you. If you can either position yourself to a portion on the right or to the left. Or like if you press around the ship, you get to the docks. But if you press around where Club 41 is, you get to closer to the vat. So you can just let Guybrush run as he always does. That way. Indeed.
Shortcut.
So yeah, this is the first occasion where Guybrush really F someone over. Oh, you paused it.
Did it? Oh yeah, it's next to the newspaper.
Where he really F's someone over. But there wouldn't be a Monkey Island game if we didn't screw someone over badly.
Arr, Pink Pajama Pierre, you foiled me plans for the last time. Prepare to meet your maker in the even depths of the inky sea.
Make a look at Dave Nippikin in the background, like why is
Yeah.
he talking to himself?
the end of Pink Pajama Pierre?
Is this the end of Pink Pajama Pierre?
I guess it's true. Black really is slimming.
Perhaps you can look in the inventory, see if Guybrush makes an amusing remark about the new creation you made.
Nothing like a quick paint job and a dangerously pointy accessory to turn a sad, unwanted doll into an exciting ninja assassin.
The writing's
Yes,
clever.
and yes, you can reach the forest by going down to the beach. I usually didn't because I wasn't aware all the time. But yes, you can essentially walk down and in between the boat and run towards the forest. Then it will change automatically like this. Okay, so audio puzzle again. Sorry. So you run to the entrance like that, and find a well, or you can go to. So it was already there. You didn't need to redo it. I've forgotten about that because I've never made a boo-boo like that.
We were lucky
That's
in this
good.
case.
That's good. So
The game's smarter than we thought.
this is what I meant by like, oh no shovel stuff.
Hmm.
What are we gonna do?
Dark Ninja Dave,
Are we gonna use
killer
our
katana
hands?
cutlass
Nope,
awaits
we got a
stubbornly
shovel.
for famed out-of-shape pirate hunter
Standard issue.
Theodoro.
Exactly. Comes with the suit.
So now you bury treasure, and let's go and screw someone over.
Hello again.
It's either in the dialogue we need to actually hand him the map again.
Great
Oh,
news,
no, it
Doro.
wasn't the
I
dialogue.
think your map isn't a ripoff after all.
It isn't? But I never found anything with it.
You must have been reading it wrong. Here, follow me.
And
How's the slasher? You've forgotten
Nice
about your
design.
slasher.
See? I told you I could find it.
It's almost evaporated.
I better
Okay,
start
there we go.
digging.
Drinking slasher and you
Hope
get
it's not
sloshed.
deep as the other ones.
He dug with his hands, by the way. Fucking Doro.
With a big olive.
Ninja Dave with Killer Karate Katana. Dark Ninja Dave, Dark Ninja Dave.
Yes, let's
Fine.
do dance
The
together
full
because I'm
set
totally in on
Marshall
this.
and Power Pirate is mine, all mine.
And into it.
Ow! I got dirt in my eye.
My ears deceive me, or did that portly pirate just dig up a
Indeed,
buried
you
treasure?
don't need to seek out
Sure
Dave
did.
Nippikin
With a
saying,
little help
I
from
found some
Guybrush
news.
Yeah.
He will
That's
seek you out.
fantastic. We haven't had a good buried treasure story in weeks. I'd better catch
So I
up with
think,
that lazy pirate
that's like
before
2
he
out of
gets
3.
caught,
Mhm.
Or worse, starts talking to those boobs from the Times. Snappy pirating, Threepwood. Keep this up, and the secrets of Deep Gut will be all yours.
Deep Gut is, of course, a play on Deep Throat, the informer that the persons who examined, the journalist that examined the Watergate affair, their secret informant was Deep Throat. So, yes, when some places are, you definitely found some places you can go directly to them. The
Yeah.
shack you found, but you can't get into it just now.
Hmm.
So don't even bother. Well, you can go up to it, but you will not be let in. Let's just say that. So don't waste any time doing so.
Okay.
You need some extra to get in. So
So we need this third
yeah,
story.
you didn't you find something in the forest that you filled your pockets with?
Have a look at my inventory. Explosives.
Yep, an endless supply of them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that you set the dock on fire
Yes.
an hour ago? This is what we need to do now. We need to get a ship using the rules that Winslow has
I hope no one notices that I've re-gifted
given
this
us.
buried
That
treasure spot.
you can only get the ship if you manage to throw him off it in some shape or form. So if you click the dock, you should be able to get closer to this. So there's a little running animation, as you can see.
Yeah, the
there,
little
like
green
that.
vapors.
Yeah, because his hand, indeed. His poxed hand.
Unicorns! Get your hand-blown glass unicorns!
So there are a couple of variants here, if you will. You can't fail, but it will be annoying if you have to do this like 10 times over. But just try and figure out what is one option here. Like light bomb on fire and then put bomb where. But don't spend a minute on it. You have maybe
Okay,
20
now what?
seconds. So I would recommend moving towards the clothesline at this point.
Yep.
So put bomb where, Stuart.
Gotta be the pink frilly
Good
pants.
thing Winslow's undies have so much crotchal support.
And then operate the winch, the pulley, not with a chicken.
No, no.
No.
Oh, monkey spit.
Yeah.
Those are some sturdy undies.
So yeah, you're on the right track, but you don't use the crank. That's out. But hover the mouse over the rest of the, like, there's clothes, there's socks, there's undies, there's cranks, there's. Did you notice that you highlighted more than just the pants and the socks and
There was the clothesline.
So it's there for a reason, Stuart. So we like the idea of the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Seems powerful enough to throw someone off a ship. So
So- Still put it in the pants though. And then use the
things.
clothesline instead of the crank.
Well, do it quickly. It's gonna blow. Try using your instincts and my clues. So the crank won't work. Let's just say that. So manipulate something else.
No, don't.
Yes, you did this,
please.
but no, don't,
You'll have
please.
to be a lot sneakier than that if you want to knock me off, lad.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
What? Clever boy. Well played, Master Threepwood. Or
Just
should I say,
respawned right beside him.
Captain Threepwood.
Captain?
Aye,
He's a
now that
jolly
you've
fella.
bounced me off the
A
Screaming
rather
Narwhal,
positive character.
your
Yeah, it seems quite happy to be
until someone else
relieved of his duties.
you off.
Sweet.
So you're in.
Bloody
You,
well
you officially have a ship.
squeaky
You can't leave,
days. Now,
but
if
you
you'll
officially have
excuse me,
a
I
ship.
have some
and
Is it
messages
is
to
Notice the
newsworthy?
dialogue?
attend to. Congratulations.
Is it maybe newsworthy? Like the third story?
I just got a tip there's some kind of one piracy going on around here.
Not just anyone's in
They
piracy.
voice him kind of like
genuine
a
ship
40s,
seizure committed by
50s
none other than
reporter.
Captain
Like,
Guybrush.
what's the
Yeah.
news? What's the scoop, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Guybrush is one word.
Wonderful.
The reporters in the
I could probably
airplane. Like,
get
let's get some
way more
pictures.
stories out of this. You know, Threepwood, you've got spunk.
Trench coat
Pirate
wearing
spunk.
reporters, even though he is.
Why don't you take a walk with me back to the keel hauler? Tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Well, it all started back on Melee Island. That's how I wound up here on Flotsam Island.
Quick story.
Well, I don't know how you did it, Seepwood. But thanks to you, I've got enough sordid swashbuckling stories to keep the Flotsam Keelhauler Gazette afloat for months. That'll show those bozos over at the Times.
Yeah, that's, great. Now, about Deep Gut.
My pleasure, Threepwood. Sit tight while I make you a copy.
Copy?
Tammy, give me a copy of the Deep Gut file. Pronto. Right away, Mr. Nipperkin. Here you go, kid.
You can probably hear
Everything you
that
need to know to contact
there's
Deep
likely
Gut.
only one person behind the door.
I gave this to you,
Get me
okay?
that stuff.
And,
Yes,
my-
sir.
Deep cover in
Will.
the obituary beat. Catch my drift?
Not really, but...
Right. Now, if you'll excuse me, Ace reported Davy Nipperkin's got
So
some
you
headlines
could
to
see
grab.
how without
Finally.
like
Now I can
focusing
ask
on
this
it like
Deep Gut
intensely, I
person how
need to
to get
do
off
the
this
three
island and
things, the
back
three
to
news.
Elaine.
They sort of naturally came to you.
Seems simple
Look at
enough.
this map. Not terribly difficult, but there is a word on the map. And there's a shack on the map.
Okay.
You shall simply walk to the shack. That's the extent of that map. So I think you know how to proceed from now. You can't ever double click on the forest. You always need to run towards it, and then it will do this.
Okay.
So they do the little like Guybrush running through the forest, zigzagging.
Mm-hmm.
This map will change as the story of the game progresses. I can just say it won't change geographically, the look of
Okay.
it will change.
Yeah, when you like uncover more spaces and areas.
Not necessarily, but Guybrush's Boo Boo will get worse.
Oh,
What's the word?
Of course, you're gonna say that. No, second one, of course.
I'm selling these
The running
fine
gag.
leather jackets.
So this would have happened if you didn't have the password.
okay.
So that's why I
What's
didn't
the
want you to do
word?
this once. So now we have the
Deadline.
password. It's deadline. Here we go. And you can sort of sense where this is heading.
Welcome, Guybrush.
Ah.
The
Voodoo
Voodoo
Lady's
Lady.
back.
Boy, am I glad to see you. I've got so many questions.
There'll be time enough for questions later. But first, hand me the LeChuck Slayer.
The what?
Likely she was
The
involved
Cursed
in like giving him
Cutlass
the
of Tattoo.
recipe in the
Now
first
that
place for the
LeChuck has
voodoo,
been
the voodoo
destroyed,
cutlass.
the cutlass
Yeah.
will
And now
be
it's the time to tell her
dismantled
that
in a soon-to-be voodoo
it
ceremony
didn't go so well.
to ensure that his evil never reawakens.
Yeah, about
Yeah,
that.
about that. Guybrush throwing Elaine under the bus always made me laugh.
I tried to destroy LeChuck with the cutlass, but I had to make some last-second substitutions, and there were some complications.
What manner of complications?
Well, the cutlass didn't so much annihilate LeChuck as it turned him human. I couldn't
Yeah,
believe it
she's
either.
never been mad at Guybrush.
Yeah, that's the first.
Doing the boo boo.
Come on, LeChuck. This is troubling.
Can you help me?
I'll do as much as the fates allow.
The voodoo
but I
lady is
fear
not
that you
voiced
will
by
not
the
like
same
what I have to
actress
say.
as before. This actress is called Alison Ewing. The former actress was Lani Jones Wilmore, who voiced her in Secret of Monkey Island, LeChuck's Revenge, and Curse of Monkey Island. And Escape from Monkey Island also had a different actress, Tasha Valenza.
Okay.
So
Can you help me get
there's
off
always,
Flotsam Island?
when you meet her,
I
there's
got a
always
ship
a
that won't do me any
bunch of
good with these
information
crazy
that needs to be
winds.
put down and
Mhm.
told. So these dialogue options definitely
You
need to
can't say
be exhausted.
no.
Also, you need to
No.
examine
Can't you just wiggle your
as much
fingers
as you
and
can in
use
this shack
voodoo the
before
winds
you
to
leave.
blow out?
What you ask is beyond my power, Guybrush.
Then what in the name of Satan's comb-over are you good for, you bloated old sea hag?
What was that?
Yeah, what was that,
That
Stuart?
was the pox of LeChuck.
Who the what now?
The hand
What's that?
speaking.
Pox of LeChuck. When you are improperly
it's
enchanted
affecting more than
cutlass
just a
turn
hand.
LeChuck into a
It's,
human, All the evil voodoo juju within him had to go somewhere.
It's
Were you
going
touching
to
him
be
at
a
the time?
bit
I
of a boo-boo.
was.
Mm.
That explain the antisocial behavior and the crude gestures?
Yes. Some of LeChuck's evil has seeped into your hand.
Such a silly man.
Do you have a
Silly
cure?
man.
No, but I know where you can find one.
I feel a piratey quest coming on.
Yeah.
To eliminate the parks
Well,
of
there are
LeChuck,
5 episodes. You don't need to do
must
all
seek
these
out
quests in one
La
game. You're gonna
Sponja
do it in 5 little
Grande.
games. You need to find the
big
La Sponja
sponge?
Grande.
La
Big
sponge.
Sponja Grande
The big
is
sponge.
No ordinary sponge, Treepwood. It is a legendary sea sponge with incredible voodoo exfoliating abilities, capable of absorbing limitless quantities of voodoo mojo.
Where can I find it?
I have never seen it myself, but a former friend of mine, Coronado de Cava, spent many years
So
searching
don't feel
for it.
overwhelmed with story
last
beats,
saw him in
because
the
it is
Turk-based
episodic
islands.
and they will lay
Take
them
this
out
locket
slowly but
to him.
surely, you know.
And tell him I
So it's
vouch
not
for
like
your
you need
character.
to remember all
I'll
of
get
this,
right on
really.
it after I find Elaine.
And there's always a
That would be
recap at the start of
unwise,
each
Guybrush.
episode, too.
The
Yeah.
fox of
Oh,
LeChuck
but
must
not a
be
recap that plays
eliminated
like 5
before
minutes of the
it
game.
spreads.
But like
Mhm.
a proper recap. Someone telling you the story so far.
Okay.
And you got, she just handed you a locket that you should hand to this character called Coronado de Cava when you meet him.
Right.
You know, you've been helping me out for years, and I still don't know your name.
Names have power,
So I will
Guybrush
recommend,
Threepwood.
again, exhausting
Only
this
a friend
dialogue tree,
willingly
just to
gives
make
it
sure
away.
everything's triggered.
Does
Okay.
my name have power?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Assuming that I do go looking for La Esponja Grande after I get off this island, what else can you tell me about it?
I like the
It's a
expressions of
giant
this that this
magical
engine
sea
offers up.
sponge
You know,
capable of
the
absorbing immense
Escape
voodoo
from Monkey Island
energies.
didn't have this
If
much
there's anything that can
expressions in
knock
the
off
character
all of
models, but
LeChuck's
now
Yeah.
mojo,
they're opening up
it's the
that
sponge.
little bit.
Tell me more about this locket.
It was given to me by my friend, Coronado de Cava.
Coronado de
Why do
Cava.
you keep putting dramatic pauses around friend? Was Coronado...
Yes, he was my boyfriend.
He was my
Okay.
boyfriend.
We
Yeah,
met
it's
in
fine.
Turkbait Islands many years
All I kept
ago.
thinking of when I
I
saw
fell in
it.
love with his treasure hunting mind and his beautiful eyes. He fell in love with my voodoo charms and my supple.
La la
La
la
la la la la la la, not listen.
Like a volcano. But after several months of ocean steaming
That's why it's great to have
passion,
Dominic Amado
all
as
of
Guybrush,
cool,
because he
after
can do
he
that
became
boyish, like, I don't want to
obsessed
hear it.
with
Yeah.
the
Out stuff.
myth of La Esponja Grande. When we parted, he gave me that locket.
Sad. And disquietingly graphic.
So, yeah, so those you don't need to go through again, the first 2, because that will only repeat
How'd you end up
what
on
you just
Flotsam
heard or
Island?
give you a condensed
I go
version of
where
it.
I am
Mhm.
needed.
So you're Deep Gut? Davy Nipperkin's source of off-island news?
Yes.
Why?
The price of a voodoo lifestyle is not merely spiritual, little pirate. It also requires a substantial financial commitment.
What else can you
Yeah,
tell me about the
exactly.
Pox of LeChuck?
Pox of
It's a
LeChuck.
creeping cloud of unstoppable evil, spreading LeChuck's accumulated vileness like a disease.
By that
across
description,
the
it sounds
seas.
like it's
Ugh.
not going to be
Even now,
contained to
I
just
can sense the
Guybrush.
Pox wending its way to this very island.
Yes, I think you're done. But you shall examine a few items here.
Well, this
You
has
are
been
gonna
disturbing,
get at
but
least
I've got an
one,
island
so
to
I'm just
escape,
gonna
a
point
wife
you
to find,
directly to
and
which one you
apparently
need
a
to
giant
get.
voodoo-sucking sponge
Okay.
It's
charmer.
amusing.
May the
Or
fates
let me
guide
just
you,
ask you when you get
Guybrush
control of
Threepwood.
Guybrush again, which item stands out to you? Which one do you want to touch?
That immediately jumps out. The parrot skeleton.
Well, go for that then.
Knock knock.
Guybrush, don't.
Who's there?
No.
It's me, Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate. It's me, Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate.
You fool.
What?
I've spent months crafting a pyrite parrot of Petaluma, and you've ruined it before it was finished. Now I'll have to start all over.
Take it away. Don't want it.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I
Worst
don't think there's
air
anything else to
freshener
grab
ever.
here, but there's 2 or 3 things I'd like you to click on for amusement's sake. So pick up your stuff.
Hey, if you're done with this, can I have it?
Fine. It's of no use to me now.
Who's the studliest pirate in the whole wide world? Parrot! It's me, Guybrush Threepwood.
Perfect.
Mighty pirate.
I like it how it's just Dominic's voice again.
Exactly, probably is. Yeah. Click. There's 2 items to interact with. One to get in the foreground.
Frozen chicken
There are
gizzard,
2 things
frozen
there.
newt
Well,
eyes,
there are things there too.
Snake
To
venom popsicles.
have.
It's locked.
Yes. And it will remain locked
Yeah,
until
exactly.
it's ready to reveal its secrets. Many moons.
But
from
do remember the foreground elements. There's 1 thing to get and 1 thing
What's
to
this?
look at.
That is a shrine to Noah Treblig, keeper of the crossroads.
Just to the left there was like a bottle in the foreground. Did you see that? If you move Guybrush to the left.
Interesting bottle.
Like, nah, I'm not gonna click on that.
What's this?
Ah, the
He says as he
spirits have
pockets it.
guided you well. That is a bottle containing an ancient scroll left behind by the Vacalians, the former inhabitants of Flotsam Island.
Ancient scroll, huh? Do you think you can tell me anything about these messed up winds?
Perhaps, but first, you'll have to figure out how to break the unbreakable bottle I've sealed it in.
Unbreakable. Is there someone that
Unbreakable
can break
bottle?
it then
Why would you do that?
for you?
Some
Can you
secrets
get
are
something
too
that breaks it?
dangerous to
That is the
put
question.
into mortal hands, Threepwood.
Anything else you want to tell me about this scroll in the bottle?
I purchased the scroll.
Because you
from
can't just have a
bitter
scroll
old
in a
pirate
bottle and
named
not
Magee.
access it
Make
at
of
one
it what
point.
you will.
But yeah, there was another item just next to it that I'll to the bottle.
Murray? Murray?
That would have been great. Like, ha ha ha! Who goes there? It's Murray. What are you doing there? You're just a candle now? Yeah, things are tough all over.
Pays the bills.
Yeah. But I think that is about it. There are more things to click that look incredibly interesting,
What's
but I
this?
don't think you're gonna
I
get
recently
anything
found
else.
this contraption in a swamp. I have yet to plumb its mysteries.
No,
Nothing yet.
no random button pushing did anything to that. Yeah, something has happened outside.
Mm-hmm.
So things are triggered, things reveal themselves to you when you.
Guess this thing fell off the roof when I had my little LeChuck episode.
It's like a wind
I
vein.
should get shouted
Yeah.
more often. Looks like the wind gods of Flotsam are pointing that way.
Well, they always do. At this point, they do
Yeah.
point one way. All right, glass bottle. What does that tell you to do it instinctively? What to do next? If you have a glass bottle.
I just bet that Hemlock's map holds the secret to getting off this island and back to Elaine.
Sure.
Like,
But how will I get it out
smash
of that
against
unbreakable
this.
bottle?
I believe Guybrush just said that. Well, if you have the item picked up, you don't need to put it manually back in the inventory. You can just right-click until the cursor
okay.
turns a regular X.
Hmm.
But he did say, Guybrush, that maybe I should speak to Hemlock McGee, the guy who...
The glass
who's
blower.
The glass blower, indeed.
Okay. Yeah, that's my my first thought.
Hey there, Threepwood. You mind if I get your pirate on the street opinion about the death cloud?
Death
The
cloud?
death? Who knows?
Pox of LeChuck.
Huh.
The pox
Guybrush
of
does a
LeChuck?
boo-boo. Elevated.
Pox of LeChuck. Nah, too on the nose, not enough pizzazz. Death cloud is punching.
So
All
you
in your
saw
face.
Guybrush get
Whoa,
his
I'm gonna
entire body
die.
got
Well, I got
affected,
sick pirates to
broke
eat.
out
See
into
ya.
some kind of monstrous self,
Yeah.
that might happen to other people too.
Okay.
That's the problem. Pimp Digit was his name, pardon me.
What can you tell me about this bottle?
Arr, that'd be one of me special Unbreakable bottles.
Unbreakable? Ha! There isn't a bottle alive that's a match for my gift for destruction.
Oh.
Impressive.
The secret ingredients are those jagged crystal reefs. They're tougher than diamonds.
Weird. But what do you do if you want to open one of these unbreakable bottles in order to, say, look at an ancient scroll you've
As a
cleverly sealed
hypothetical,
inside?
if you were to open it,
Arr, that's
if
a
it
good
contained.
question, lad. Here, show you how it's done. I use this little beauty to chip off flakes from the reefs and to crack open bottles like this one.
Whoa! So let me get this straight. Your unbreakable bottles are, in fact, opened by breaking them?
Don't get cute, Blandy. I break other things too, you know.
So yeah, don't remember offhand if he leaves it at one point or not.
Right, I thought I'd have to get my own from the beach.
No, that's the tool you need to get. But in the meantime, there is a location that was closed before.
I'll let you return
Where
to
they
your
lived the
fancy
doctor.
schmancy glass
Mhm.
bowl.
That is perhaps opened.
And I'll let you return to being a pest.
Yeah,
Because I don't think I mean, you can try, but I don't think you can swipe it from him
A
while he's
three-headed
there.
monkey!
Or them. Or
Hey,
maybe
Too
it
slow.
wasn't up.
keep your grubby mitts off me bottle
You can
breaker.
notice he's getting affected, you know?
Mhm.
It's only a little bit green and spotty.
Oh yeah.
And now
The death cloud.
And whenever you can see it in the cloud design as well. And whenever you get to the map screen again, the cloud will hover over the overview map. The
Okay.
green cloud. So yeah.
The doctor is in.
Bonjour.
Ah.
There. Are you a doctor?
Mais oui, I am
I just remembered the
Marquis de
solution for the
Singe,
opening the
from a
bottle, but
physician to King
this
Louis
is
himself.
obviously something you
And
need to do
my
anyway.
beauty,
Visit this character.
Guybrush Threepwood,
Mhm.
mighty pirate.
I just remember how you screw over crimp digits
Yeah, I seem to have
in
come
order to
down
get
with
that tool.
something.
Mhm.
This is fantastic. We must
This character is
investigate
French,
at
Stuart.
once.
You can hear it on the voice track.
Very.
Voiced by the composer.
Très intéressant alors.
Yeah.
And you say your
Telltale's
split
composer
hand has a
did the
mind
voice
of
acting
its own.
in
Yeah,
this one.
it keeps hitting people, making rude gestures, doing all sorts of stuff I'd never do. Well, not without a really good reason, anyway.
Fascinating.
So, can you fix it?
Monsieur Threepwood, you have my word as a former physician of the court of King Louis that by the time you leave here, your misanthropic hand will never trouble you again.
So, how did a dazzling urbanite like yourself wind up in a sleepy pirate island like Flotsam?
Ah, mon ami, that is a tale of triumph and tragedy. Many years ago, I was a young physician in the court of King Louis. Those were heady days, tending to the many ills of the aristocracy, navigating scandalous palace intrigues. I was a rising star in the scientific firmament.
And then? I mean, then?
A
Guybrush.
conspiracy of jealous scientists accused me of performing inhuman crossbreeding experiments with the queen's poodles.
Scientists can be so catty.
The king was outraged and ordered me exiled on this
So he's a
deserted
bit of an
tropical
evil
island.
doctor, seemingly,
Hmm.
performing experiments on animals, living things.
Happily, my solitude was short-lived, as the merry winds of Flotsam have conspired to bring me many new pirate patients over the
His
years.
lab looks ever so inviting with the sharp utensils hanging over him and the trapped monkeys.
Oh yeah.
A friend of mine says that my hand is cursed with a voodoo pox that can only be cleared up with a magical sponge.
Voodoo? Voodoo is nothing but unenlightened baby jabber for the ignorant and superstitious masses. The only path to true knowledge is via a rigorous scientific inquiry.
preferably conducted by a suitably aristocratic mind.
So my pox.
Is nothing more than a disease. A disease we will cure with science! Incroyable!
So, what's the verdict?
Ah, monsieur, you are a very lucky man.
I am?
Ah oui, the disease spreading through your saucy little parrot hand is like nothing I've ever seen before.
That doesn't sound very lucky.
In fact, somewhere in that easing appendage may lie the secret to life itself.
It may?
Well, lucky
Hey,
Guybrush.
nice going, Hand.
I'll know more
Hey,
after
nice
I
going,
cut it
Hand.
off.
You have
What?
all the secrets to life. No.
Hey!
But of course, Monsieur Threepwood, the only cure for a hand that infected is a quick, clean amputation.
Amputation? Isn't that a little rash?
No, it's a very big rash, which is why we'll have to amputate. But not to worry, monsieur. Your hand won't feel a thing thanks to my specially concocted grog
Oh.
anesthetic. Ow! Now,
Grog
if you
anesthetic.
relax
Just
for a
injecting
minute,
alcohol
I'll
into the
get
hand.
back sharpening my petit guillotine blade. We don't
Yeah,
want
you're
to cut
trapped,
off our hand with a
Stuart.
dull blade now, do we?
Well, I guess you have a point there.
Okay.
Au revoir.
He hangs a key.
What a loon.
But
At least my hand seems
So-
under control for a while. I better figure out a way out of
This
this
introduces a little bit of a new steering mechanic just for this puzzle. You can, if you read the instructions there, you can
Oh, I could
tilt
sort of
the chair as well, using either up or
have
down.
some visual.
So you're welcome to try this out yourself, or if you want like the starting, the first
It's
or
a snazzy
second
bronze
starting
footpad.
points
can't
of
reach
this
it.
puzzle. There's a right order of events in order to get out of this predicament.
I'll have a little look
So,
and see what.
so
A bell, pictures, picture device.
so you have some pedals as well. You might
Yeah.
have noticed.
You can't access your inventory during this.
This looks like it might do something interesting.
Okay. That triggers electricity.
Ouch!
And let me just tell you,
That looked
that was the
unpleasant.
first step. So left pedal, shock monkey, done.
Oh yeah, shock pedal now.
Yes. So
See what they're.
it's up to you.
Let's
Yeah,
see what
yeah,
this does.
it is the second one. Yes. That drops a banana.
Please don't fiddle with my assistant instruction pedal, mon ami. It is, how you say, sensitive.
Let's see what this does.
Please don't fiddle with my assistant
So-
instruction
Okay.
pedal,
He
mon
just
ami.
he
It
just
is, how you
pops in,
say,
but he doesn't take the banana.
Yeah.
So now you need to play around with tilting the chair. Because you can't just click, for instance, the key, which is the next thing you need to do. You need to tilt the chair so Guybrush is horizontal. Indeed.
Feats don't fail me now. Score 1 for the pirate with the pointy feet.
And
I hope this works, or I'm about to throw away a
Yeah.
perfectly good key.
on the right track. So
Yuck!
I wrote all
Bad
this
monkey!
down
After I take
just
care
in
of
case
Monsieur
you
Threepwood,
were
it's
stuck,
back
but
in
you're
the
on the
box
right
for
track.
you.
Mm.
Listen, monkey, if you and I work together, we can both bust out of this joint.
So
What do you say?
now-
Are you with me?
You're friends with the monkey.
Mhm.
You busted him
That's
out.
the universal symbol for yes.
And
So now there's a bell somewhere, isn't it?
mhm.
And so if you put Guybrush in a horizontal position again and ring the bell, see what that does. So you need to. There are different pictures. So,
Okay, so this-
in
puzzle.
case you can cycle through pictures, but I believe this is the right picture anyway. Thankfully, because the picture of the machine needs to be on the display, and then you need to go back to the banana pedal. Indeed.
Let's see what this does.
But now you can catch it.
Bananas from heaven. Thanks, Banana God.
that. Let's see here. Oh, so okay.
Chalk pedal.
So just bear with me. You dropped the banana with the right pedal. You need to shock. Maybe I did write this wrongly. No, you need to shock him, and he will flip a picture.
Oh yeah, the X-ray.
So just bear with me, and you need to pick up that picture with your feet.
All right, feet. Make yourselves useful. All right.
And now you
gross
have
picture
a
of my
picture
gross
to add
man.
to the collection
Things are
of
looking up.
pre-stored pictures.
I can't reach it from this position.
So you need to switch Guybrush.
Whoops. I meant to do that.
And now you need to ring the bell again to have him change pictures to make sure. Okay, and then you need to drop a second banana. Oh, or another banana.
And then he breaks your hand.
And next up is shock pedal. As soon as you get control over him again.
What?
Yep.
Now?
Yep. So you see,
Electromagnetic monkey.
and
I
now
had a
you
dream
get
like that once.
you need to get
Only it
him
was an
back
iguana, not a
to
monkey.
he probably
And
will
instead of a
will
key,
go
it was an ice
back
cream
to
cone. Plus, I was in my
the
underwear for some reason.
the bell.
What? Ring the bell.
Or because you need to get another
Wow,
picture
seems
up
excited
on
about
the
something.
screen as soon as he gets back. So you need to ring the bell, indeed.
It's a cute little bell that makes the monkey play with that picture machine over there.
Oops.
There's only
It's a
two
cute
more
little
steps
bell that
left
makes
here.
the monkey play
So
with that picture machine over there.
put Guybrush in horizontal position again.
Oh, of
That's
course,
the only-
of course.
So you need to ring the bell until the picture of a man comes up. Indeed, that's a man.
This one?
And then push the banana pedal again. Hopefully this is the banana pedal. Yes. Hopefully I wrote down this order incorrect order.
That's it. Come on, you magnificent
So
magnetic monkey.
You needed to trigger
Gotcha.
the monkey with a man
Now,
to
to
get
work
the key to a man.
into the
Okay.
block. Ta-da!
There we go. Okay, so I wrote it down in the correct order. I was never stuck on that puzzle forever, but I thought like, let's
doing?
speed up this a little
Back on
bit. So.
the table at once.
Sorry, Doc, but I think I should get a second opinion. Thanks for numbing up my hand, though. All that flailing and slapping was getting
Exactly.
on my
Now,
nerves.
now it's not all Evil Dead 2 alive anymore
Mm-hmm.
because the hand is drunk. He likes it.
Yeah. Slightly worried.
Yeah.
Wait, stop! I must have your beautiful, dirtifying hand. Come back! Slovenly parrots, leaving their trash floating all over the place. A parrot hunter, eh?
Second mention of Morgan Le Fay, Pirate Hunter. Guybrush like, hey, you can't catch me. I'm down here. Hey, have you checked out what your ship is equipped with? If it's equipped with any cool weaponry? Because you haven't visited it and since you took over as captain.
Not yet, but I have noticed we've got a little shout out from Anthony.
Welcome, Anthony.
Not sure if you could read that terribly well, Ken, but
It says he has toothache pain. Had
Yeah.
or have.
that is unfortunate, buddy.
Well, hang in there. Hope they gave you some groovy painkillers, and you'll get through it. But yeah,
You want me to look at the ship?
go and examine your ship, because now you're able to board it without slipping off the bacon grease. And if you notice, likely your bombs are gone by this point.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, because like you had an eternal storage of it until you did it correctly. Then
Aye.
it was the last. It might have
Makes
been the
sense.
first. If you knew what to do, then only one bomb was needed, and that was the eternal storage done with. Yes, the plank isn't fixed, so you need to do this. But,
Welcome aboard, sir.
Captain Winslow?
Proud
What are you doing?
moment.
Mm-hmm.
If it's all right with you, Captain, I'd like to stay aboard as your first
Oh.
mate.
It's rather sweet.
I don't know.
Oh.
Like a sad puppy.
I really don't.
Jolly good, sir. You won't regret it.
Jolly good,
not
sir.
one
You
bit.
won't regret it.
Now,
Mark my
you
words.
excuse me, I believe some of my stitches have popped. I'll meet you here if the winds ever
He
change.
will, slight spoiler, but he will be a trusted companion throughout this adventure.
Okay.
But yeah, what is the ship equipped with? You can't leave, obviously, but you can check out. It's a pirate ship. It's bound to have some cool features.
It's a
There's a
detailed
map,
map of the
indeed.
entire Gulf of Melange. This thing will come in handy if I ever get off this friggin'
Can't
island.
leave yet, but yes, it's a good thing to remember because that's how you're going to navigate eventually by pointing at the map.
That is a wheel of cheese.
A
Yes,
cheese wheel.
it's equipped with a wheel of
Monster.
cheese.
Yeah. Still, maybe I'll find some starving rats who will eat it.
Tar.
Tar.
It's a
barrel.
tightly sealed barrel of tar, used for patching up cracks and hazing bosuns.
Slightly sealed. Yeah, I don't think you ever get into it. But you
I'll
have
sleep
some
when I'm dead.
weapons, right?
Or later tonight.
Or a weapon.
Hey, it's one of those spiffy new Hungarian
Hungarian easy
I
action
begged Elaine to
cannons.
let me buy.
Check this out.
Whoa.
Oh, the wind's put a curve on it.
Cannonball.
Oh no. Ouch.
Oh no!
So, what does your instinct tell you to do now, Stuart?
He's distracted, so let's steal the horn.
Yes.
How do I get off?
There's likely an exit when you walk around the first floor of the ship. There's likely an exit. There you go. Exit prompt. So Guybrush will do this, which annoyed me to heck. Like, Guybrush, just climb down this chain, man. You don't need to jump into the water, but hey, you do you.
Yoink. It's amazing how many of life's problems are solved.
So
by
now you have the
indiscriminate
tool to break an unbreakable bottle.
Mm-hmm. Don't want to do it right in front of the guy's house.
Doesn't matter. But yeah, that's an instinct.
Yow.
Good thing the
Elaine,
winds
here
didn't
I
take
come.
it. So
Yeah.
what's on
Or
the scroll? Oh no.
maybe not.
Hmm. Do we need to hold it over a flame, soak it in alcohol, or
Well, it's there, but it's hidden right now.
do we need to rub cheese on it to reveal the secret message?
No, you need a let's say like a decoding ring. You don't have it, but you will need essentially a decoding ring.
Okay. No. You see him up there. Okay,
I'm
so
not sure what to trigger next. It's not terribly difficult. It's just I don't know if it's something on the other screen here. If Dave Nippigan is saying something.
oh, hello.
Oh, yes, we have a crusty
Hey there.
pirate.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate. And you are?
It's Hemlock. Hemlock, Mickey.
There's
Oh,
also-
you little.
Couldn't leave old Hemlock alone with his grog and his tattered reeds, could you?
Yes, this is. We're on the right track here in terms of reading the map.
What the
So
heck
just
happened to your
keep talking to
legs?
this guy.
You mean, aside from some Egypt, getting a poor old pirate involved in a deadly bar fight?
Yeah, he was likely a victim of Guybrush's rampage throughout Club 41.
Marquis
But Marquis de Singe has also done a number on this guy.
The Marquis de Singe cut off your legs?
Aye, but only once, of course. He cut off the first leg 7 years ago,
after I stubbed my toe while investigating the winds of Flotsam Island.
That seems kind of severe.
Sometimes I think that Ponzi Git has it in for me.
Did the wind shipwreck you on Flotsam Island too?
I've been trying to suss out these zany zephyrs since I washed up here. I even found an ancient scroll that promised to
Well,
lead
that
me
ancient
to
scroll
all the
is not in
answers.
your possession anymore.
Mm.
But I couldn't figure
We're
it
gonna
out.
find out soon
I got
enough
so
how
frustrated that I
we're
picked
gonna
one
work
of those
this out.
statues out in the jungle and stubbed me toe. When I went to that butcher they saw,
Yeah, you paused a few things in the jungle.
There
that looked
was,
like,
yeah.
they're like altars of some kind, like circular things placed around the jungle. They will play a part in this episode as well.
Long-term relationship with a keg of grog.
Yep, you go
Can
ahead.
I see your ancient scroll?
Afraid not, Skippy. Some two-bit witch stole it from me in a poker game a few months ago. Won't do any good without my eye of the Manatee, though.
Keen. Can I borrow it?
Now, why in the name of Neptune's hangnails would I let you borrow this priceless artifact of a long-dead civilization?
If DeSinge does have it in for you, I might be able to use it to wreak some sort of piratey revenge on him.
Fine.
Well,
Can't use it
no
anymore
difficult
anyhow.
persuasion puzzle.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks,
so yeah,
Hemlock.
there's your
I promise you
decoder
probably
rings
won't
to it.
regret this. This looks promising.
Oh, okay, something similar.
Yeah,
A
so
little bit more
starting point
complex.
here is that's the starting point indeed. Also a sound puzzle, slightly longer one. Go back to the well. No, that's the altar. He's not holding a scroll, is he?
No, he's on a flower.
Keep that in mind.
Mm. Okay.
This will ultimately lead you to the door in the middle of the map. That one. That's the end.
Right.
So it's up to you if you want to do this tonight. Have a crack. It's not a long puzzle. It's just a few more steps.
Let's
But
see.
it involves the sounds of the jungle again, indeed. And you need to trigger it all via the altar this time, like you triggered the whole thing via the well the first time.
And is the flower found in the jungle or is it in the town?
Have you forgotten something, Stuart? Flower?
Oh, okay.
The flower pot?
Yeah.
That's surely good enough, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I've just realised pressing I opens my inventory.
Okay, there is a shortcut indeed. Yeah.
That was an old escape habit came there.
But they got written. Yeah, look at this now. This island has clouds that don't look too inviting. The altar is probably not here on the map, so you need to find that again. But it wasn't. It was just like 2 or 3 steps from the entrance here. So, so maybe to the right, as a matter of fact. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. And you need to do it from this. When it becomes a close-up screen, that's where you start this off.
Tastes like chicken.
Oh.
So if you want to do this right now, then why don't you save at this point, just in case you need to go back to this this place.
Well, we are coming up for
unfortunately, a little bit involved to do, like go in here, save. Well, you don't need to create multiple save spots. There's no dead ends here, but you can see the text recap becomes now we're in the middle of the story. You know, they don't do the story so far from the first scene, so I thought that was a neat little touch actually.
Yeah.
But So, what do you say, Stu? You want to have at least one crack at this tonight, or shall we save it for the second part?
We might save it for the second part. We're coming close for 2 hours now.
Sure.
And this is our good point to stop at.
Right on. Well, another visit in the chat room. Hello.
Yes.
You missed the most of it, but do look back on it.
That's my child. You don't need to talk to him. That's cool.
Well, it still applies. It's a listener. It's a viewer. Watch it all
Yo,
back.
Pops. How is it? So,
Cheerios.
on that note, I think that's a stream. Thank you to everyone that has tuned in, whether you're a returning viewer or you're a first-time person that stumbled across this nonsense. Please subscribe if you haven't already and join us, because I can see this taking us a few episodes to get through.
Yeah, I was never
Minimum
it's not
of 5.
It's not a 5-episode stream for a 5-episode
Exactly.
game. Definitely not.
But yeah, on that note, if you're interested in following us, I left our hashtags that you'll be able to find us on, like I guess Instagram or Blue Sky. So yeah, if you want to find more, it's all down here. And yeah, I've been Stu. Join me as always has been Ken.
Thanks, everybody. Looking forward to the second half of chapter 1. We've got the Screaming Narwhal. Now let's launch it next time.
Exactly. Right. Cheerio.